So here we have the Ford Fiesta on a 64 plate. I'm going to start off by showing you around the outside of the car, and then we'll hop in and run through some controls on the inside. From the outside though, you can see it's a 5-door car with alloy wheels. Let's start off inside the boot first of all. As we approach the back of the car, you can see we have plenty of boot space along with that 60/40 split folding rear seat, should you wish to increase this space even further. Okay, so we're just going to work our way back around to the front of the car, and then we'll hop in and run through some controls on the inside of it from there. Just briefly before we climb in, I think it's well worth seeing the interior from this exterior point of view. There's plenty to run through on the dashboard, so let's hop in and we'll do that right now. Okay, now that we're inside the car, we're going to start with the dials. On the left-hand side, we have the rev counter. On the right-hand side, the speedometer. In the middle at the bottom, we have the fuel gauge. And above that, the total miles of the car, which are 54,030. You can change the information displayed there by pressing a button on the end of the indicator stalk for various bits of trip computer and fuel economy information. If we back out to the steering wheel, on the left-hand side, we have stereo and phone controls, including voice activation for your phone just there. In order that you pair the phone up to the car, you need to press the phone button here and then follow the instructions on screen. We're going to close that for the moment. When it comes to music in this car, we have, of course, got the radio. As you can see, we have FM and AM radio available to us. If you want to listen to your own music, you can do so via the CD player. We've also got the ability to plug in various devices. So this car, by pressing the auxiliary button here, will access the USB input and the auxiliary input. So as I say, lots of ways to listen to your music in this car, and ultimately you can adjust the volume for the stereo just there as well. Working our way down, we have deadlock, so you can lock and unlock the car doors from the outside. We then have the air conditioning, so you can adjust the fan speed, direction of the air and temperature. When you're happy with those settings, you can turn your air conditioning off and back on again. You can recirculate the air that's in the car. That's a great way of heating it up or cooling it down quickly depending on the temperature you've set in here. We have our rear heated screen and a proper heated front screen as well. This button turns off the stop and start. This car is designed to cut out when it's stationary in traffic to save you fuel. That system is off when that light shows just there. We have a 5-speed manual gearbox, a 12-volt charging socket and the auxiliary and USB inputs that I mentioned a moment ago. All that leaves me to say is thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you'd like to come and see the car in person and have a test drive, please feel free to give us a call here at Surrey Specialist Cars. We'd love to hear from you soon.